Kitco Mining's special coverage of the Bank of Montreal's 32nd Global Metals, Mining and Critical Minerals Conference is brought to you by First Majestic Silver.
Tech Lithium wants to become a leading provider of lithium hydroxide. It is looking at growing lithium conversion capacity, as well as it has a project in Ontario that it is advancing. I'm with Dirk Harbecke. He is chair and CEO of the company. Welcome to Kitco, Dirk.
Thank you very much.
Talk about conversion capacity. Where is it in the lithium supply chain? You're talking about adding about 5 converters or up to 5 converters by 2030.
Yes, when I got into the lithium industry, I would say already around 15 years ago, when it was in early stages, everything was purely about mining. And there was purely the idea that the conversion, which is eventually the production of the lithium chemicals, would happen in China. The industry has developed a lot since. We have now large lithium spodumene producers, mostly in Australia. The Canadian market is now coming up. Yeah, we will see significant producers also here. But what we see on the way forward is that the key element in the lithium production, in this lithium supply chain, is indeed the conversion. Conversion, in our case, means you have a hard rock mine. You have, let's say, a lithium oxide content there of around 1%, 1.2%, and you concentrate this into 5 to 6%, which is then the so-called spodumene concentrate. And this spodumene concentrate you then convert in a large high-tech chemical plant into lithium carbonate or into lithium hydroxide. This is where we see the bottlenecks in the lithium industry in the next 15 years, and we are convinced that we need Western supply chains, we need regional supply of lithium hydroxide and lithium carbonate in Europe and in North America. And this is our mission, to produce, to set up converters who can produce these lithium chemicals.
Talk a bit more about that bottleneck, because we keep hearing the story again and again about there just being a shortage of lithium supply for the battery metal space. There are mines coming online, but they're very tricky right now. I think the ones that I'm looking at that are most imminent are going to be Lithium Americas, Sigma, I think Core as well too. You do have enough feed, or you plan that there will be enough feed for what you're going to be doing with your converters?
At the moment, we have in this lithium market shortages everywhere on the feed and also as a consequence on the lithium chemicals. But we are seeing over the past years that more and more investments are going into mining, which is necessary, into extension of existing large projects and into bringing new projects into production. There's nearly no money yet going into the downstream outside of China. So it is very much, on the one hand, a matter of the investments. So we made our decision to build the first fully fledged converter in Europe. We made this decision already in 2019. So you need a lot of time to put financing together and to get the planning in place. Yeah, and here you will see that the downstream market, the lithium conversion, is still behind the upstream market. And this is why we see the shortages there. And the element that makes it even a bit worse is lithium conversion is very, very complicated. There are projects in Australia that take a long time during the ramp up and to get into production. So it is a complex chemistry process, and we think, especially in Germany, we have great chemistry experts, and we are quite confident that we can here contribute to this industry.
Europe and Germany is kind of the home of the chemical industry. I mean, it seems like a natural. But tell me, because we're going to talk about what you're doing in Georgia Bay and Ontario in a minute, which is the project that you're seeing through. But first, why did you decide to build in Europe?
Actually, it was a decision we made a few years ago, and it is still the right decision, because we see that the European car industry is extremely strong. You all know brand names like Mercedes-Benz, which is one of our key partners in our business, Volkswagen, BMW, etc. This industry has made the decision to go fully electric, and this industry needs regional supply chains. So this was clear to us, and we said we want to service this European industry first, and then we go to the North American market. The growth in the European e-mobility market is still higher than what we see in North America. It's the second largest EV market worldwide. And which comes on top of this is our vision of this business is very much into a circular economy. So in 10, 15 years, I like to get a lot of our raw feed material out of recycling. The German companies are very, very strong in recycling. We are not so good in talking about this, but behind the scenes we have excellent technologies. So we have set up partnerships here where we expect that from 2030 on already, we get between 20 and 30% of our feedstock not from a mining project, but really out of recycling. And these were the reasons why we made the decision to build the first converter in Europe and eventually made the decision to build it in eastern Germany, the city of Guben, which is at the border of Germany to Poland. So we have also access to the Eastern European market with this. And the following converters, we haven't made the final decisions, but it is very likely that one of our next converters goes to North America.
We've heard about the problems with electricity supply in Europe just due to the disruptions with the Ukraine-Russia war, also what was coming off of the pandemic, and inflation, for instance, as well, too. Is electricity going to be a concern? Because that did cause disruption to refiners in Europe.
Let's call it more the power supply in general, because electricity itself is not a key issue. The gas supply is a key issue, because for a lot of the chemistry plants and also for lithium converters, you need gas as a power supply. So we also need gas, and on our own property, we even have a gas pipeline that goes to the North Sea. And indeed, when this war started in Ukraine, the gas prices increased significantly. This was a key challenge for the German chemistry industry. So there's no doubt about this. But the European Union has reacted really quick to this. We have built LNG terminals for liquefied natural gas that comes, for example, from Qatar. So we changed the sources for the gas input. So today we are in a situation where the gas price is nearly at the same levels as it was before this war in Ukraine started. So we are confident with this. And the positive side effect is that there's much more effort now on building hydrogen, industrial hydrogen solutions. So the power pipe network for distributing liquid hydrogen is currently already under construction. So for our projects, we will likely already receive hydrogen in addition to gas supply from 2028 on.
Talent must be a constraint. When I'm talking to the people that are developing lithium mines right now, they say that they're having a really hard time getting a hold of these technical people that are very rare because you're scaling up this industry.
Indeed, that is one of the other reasons why we decided to go to Europe, because for a conversion plant, we really have the experts there. Especially in Eastern Germany, we have an area there where you see a full switch currently of the energy supply. Coal mining is going down on purpose. You probably saw this, that we are changing our energy mix in Europe, which means that we are in an area where we have a lot of talented people with chemistry expertise, but also with coal mining and engineering expertise. And this is what we need for our converters. So that is another argument that speaks really strongly for Germany as a location for a converter.
Has the Inflation Reduction Act been a benefit?
It is changing the picture in Europe to a certain extent, because the European Union started with its own subsidy programs already 3-4 years ago. But so far, when I compare it, it seems that the United States and North America are much more efficient in distributing funds to companies to support the setup of the battery supply chain. And the reaction also due to the amounts that are being distributed here, they are very, very high. The reaction is that you see many European companies thinking about moving their businesses out of Europe into North America. Of course, the European politicians are reacting to this. Yeah, we are pretty close in Germany as well to our Ministry of Economics and Climate Change and to the Chancellor's office, and you see that our politicians are worried about the situation, and the European Union is now reacting. Yeah, the concepts are there already on doing a similar program in Europe to support the local companies there. It will come. We have to wait if it is as efficient as the Inflation Reduction Act. But Europe is reacting, and the European market is a strong market with a strong demand for lithium products.
You're talking about Germany, you were talking about the conversion plants you're building there, so that's a little bit downstream. So let's go upstream. We're going to go across the Atlantic and then talk about Georgia Bay and the project that you're working there. What's the status?
Yes, this is a project that is centrally located in Ontario. It's a project that's called Georgia Lake because the Georgia Lake is very close to our project. We are just 100 miles north of the city of Thunder Bay at the Great Lakes. This is a project that was the reason why I originally came into RockTech. I'm one of the lead investors and shareholders also in RockTech. Because I visited this, I saw the outcrops of lithium. It's a historic property. There was already in the 1950s, Canada has done a geological survey, and one of the geological reports, the so-called PI report, was indeed about our property. So we had historic drill holes, and when I got started with the project, we did a re-drilling of the historic drill holes, and then the past years we were focusing on our permitting work and on the definition drilling. We were able to publish our first pre-feasibility study in November last year, and we are working on the feasibility study now, and we hope that we can get into production with that project by early 2025. That is our timeline. Permitting is on track. All our preparations are on track. Our relationships with the First Nations are excellent. So we are quite optimistic about this.
Dirk, thanks for speaking with Kitco.
Thank you very much.
My name is Michael McCrae with Kitco Mining here at the BMO Mining Conference.
Kitco Mining's special coverage of the Bank of Montreal's 32nd Global Metals, Mining and Critical Minerals Conference is brought to you by First Majestic Silver.